Hey guys, this is PJ with the High Mountain Homestead, and I get this question a lot about sheep because I did not grow up around animals. Definitely didn't grow up around sheep, and a lot of people, when they find out that I raise sheep, ask, how much time does that take? And I think it's a fair question because until I got sheep, I really didn't know. And so today I want to talk about really what it takes on a daily basis to keep sheep. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So glad to have you. At High Mountain Homestead, we talk about anything that has to do with better soil, better plants, and better animals. And we have been homesteading for about 6 months now at this time, which is not that long. And we have 7 sheep and 1.25 acres. And so I don't know everything about sheep, certainly not, but I've been keeping sheep for about 6 months now. And I can talk to you about how much work that is for me today. So if this is your first time to the channel, I hope you subscribe, I hope you like the video. But for now, let's start talking about sheep. Okay, let me just start right up front of what takes the most time with sheep. And that is this green stuff on the ground. Yes, pasture management is easily what I spend the most time with on raising sheep. So right now we do not have really a great setup for pasture management. We have a hose basically that just runs from one corner of our property all the way to the back. And there's a chicken freaking out. And I just move a sprinkler every day. So that is what takes the most time on a daily basis, is just coming out here, moving that sprinkler, making sure that my pasture, which is probably just over 1/2 acre of pure pasture, is getting enough water at any given time. So what does that take? Sometimes, if I did only that while I was out here, it would take, I don't know, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. But I inevitably find other things to do back here to take care of the pasture, take care of the sheep. So I'll round that up to about 30 minutes a day for that task alone. So it is springtime right now, so my daily chores are really just moving the pipe. Sorry, not the pipe, the sprinkler. And the goal later is to get pipe in the ground and have multiple lines going. But for right now, that is my main chore on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, some things I'm doing is just making sure that they have access to minerals, that they have access to baking soda when they need it. For example, I just like to give them baking soda every couple of weeks, mixed up into their water, or maybe I'll spread out like a treat with some baking soda on it. I do that so it reduces bloat. And then obviously water. So in the summer they drink more, also it evaporates more. So I invested in this bigger tank, which has been working out really good. I actually used it as a brooder for some chicks, and then when they graduated out of that and we built a better brooder, now it's a water tank. So it's really, really great. I only have to fill that up maybe once a week. Okay, so on a daily basis, I'm spending maybe a half hour with my sheep in the spring, summer, and fall. In the winter, when they are out here on the pasture, really it's just putting out enough hay for them every day, making sure that the de-icer is doing its thing, and that's about it. Now, the big time investment for these sheep is lambing season. Lambing season was 2 weeks. It was 1 week of thinking it was lambing season and checking them very often and putting them in this barn. But they didn't lamb the week that I thought they would. But these two ewes, big one over there, and that beefy gal, were my 2 that lambed on the property this year. And lambing itself was pretty much like an all-day event when it happened, mostly because, like most first-time dads, I panicked. Just kidding. Having a real baby is a lot more work. You know, the day of, like, you got to dip the cord, stressing about, you know, is the lamb getting enough milk, stuff like that. So lambing season, every day was taking me at least an hour of checking on them. I'd check on them like every other hour to make sure they were good. And then when they were actually lambing, one of them was a breeze and the other one was 2 hours of stress that ended with me going to my neighbor's house and asking them to please help and come over and pull the lamb. Okay, so 30 minutes a day. That is really all you need when it comes to having sheep. However, I only have 1.5 acres. My pasture is less than 1 acre. I only have 7 sheep. I do not have any adult rams right now, so that takes down the amount of work that I have to do. I just get to let these lambs with their mom free range, which is really cool. So all of those things really cut down the amount of time investment. I do also want to bring up that I could easily spend hours a day caring for these sheep. Now, what I mean by that is not necessarily caring directly for the sheep, but it is it's caring for the pasture. You can see behind me, we had a bunch of trees taken down, and we still have tons of wood to cut up and stack and move and all that junk that goes along with it. So keeping sheep could be, like I said, it could be as little as 20 or 30 minutes a day, or I could spend, I've got another like 2 Saturdays ahead of me just stacking this wood, and then there's like reseeding the pasture. If I really wanted to go crazy, I would get my own pipe back here. So there's always chores you can do to make better pasture. But as far as just caring directly for these guys, it's not that hard. As you can tell, they're super low maintenance right now. Really good sheep. And that's it, guys. I could not be more happy with sheep. As far as the other animals I have, we do have chickens. Their coop is right there. We also have a rabbit. We do some good gardening. Out of any of those initiatives, sheep are the lowest maintenance per day, which is pretty cool. So if you have the space for it, if you're interested in it, I highly recommend sheep. These are Dorper, very resilient, self-shearing, awesome sheep. Love these sheep. Couldn't be happier. Couldn't recommend keeping sheep more. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. This is PJ with the High Mountain Homestead. I hope that if you were thinking about raising sheep, that it's a little bit less scary right now, because I really like these sheep, and I think if you add sheep to your homestead or your backyard farm or hobby farm or real farm, you'll be really glad that you did. Very cool animals, very rewarding, and aside from, you know, annual maintenance type stuff, very low input animals. Couldn't be happier with sheep. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.